you have to promote your own program. And when I was first hired, the business director said, if you do not positively promote your program, then someone's going to find a way to negatively do it.
Welcome back to NutriSmart Snax. I am thrilled today to have a sister in crime. So we joke that we probably live very parallel lives. Our kids are about the same age. We're busy working mamas. We've worked in the capacity of School Nutrition Association leadership. But today, Jen Hirsch is going to share some of her pearls of wisdom and, dare I say, how she has become the winner of the Gold Gourd Award. Stay tuned. Welcome everyone to our podcast. Today, we're sitting with partners in school nutrition, diving into actionable inspiration to provide you not only ideas, but strategies for success. I'm your host, Maureen Pisanick, and I'm thrilled to explore this topic with you and with some of our school nutrition friends. Hey, Jen, thank you so much for agreeing to come today and to be here with me. First of all, I know you're a busy mama. You are a busy mama, and that goes without said that you run your business of school food service like a leader, like the matriarch of your team. And so I am here. These little conversations, aren't for you and I. Really, I think for me, I know folks listen and learn and follow what you do. And today I just want to talk a little bit about how do we inspire people to think past the barriers of, I can't do things the way Jen does them. Wow, I follow her on social media. Wow, Crestwood Schools are so cool. Wow, look at that little cute theme day she's done. I mean, think people hold you on a pedestal, and they should, because you are the Golden Gourd award-winning school. But in a lot of ways, you are just a human mom every day, rolling up your sleeves and showing up. And so today's conversation, I really want to kind of give some actionable items for schools to really think about ways to inspire their work. And so the work we do, Wholesome Meals, Fueling Healthy Lives, starts with focusing on students. And so I challenge us to think differently about how we come into a new school year and think about student engagement. And I know a lot of folks look to things that you've done with your student leaderships, your taste testing, your theme days. Talk to me a little bit about how you envision, like at a start of a school year, what you're going to do to really up the game and work with your students. Give us some ideas.
Sure. I think, as you mentioned, we have our Food Leaders Alliance, and it's a group of students that we have at our intermediate school as well as our high school. And we truly try and keep them engaged and meet with them at the beginning of the year, kind of set the tone for the school year. What do you guys want to see? What kind of, again, actionable items can we take? Are there changes you want to see? What can we keep on the menu? What do you guys like? We actually asked the students to host the taste testings. So we have one coming up next Friday, I believe. The students, as well as the manufacturers, will be working together. I get to take a step back and really watch that happen. So it's super important in my district to make sure that the kids are incorporated in some of the decision-making processes.
Oh, I love this. How old are these kids that you have working with the manufacturers?
So at our intermediate school, there's our sixth grade team. And then at our 7th through 12th building, it is 7th and 8th graders.
Okay. So that middle school age, that's a hard age. I mean, I'm raising one. You are too. Correct. Middle school is a tough age, but they really are the ones, if you give them a little voice, they run with it. So the idea, you say something that is kind of maybe a different approach that I want to key in a little bit. So most directors will say, I don't have time to do tri-days, or I don't have time to work with. So you actually empower students, get their input, and then you let them lead the tri-days. Give me the anatomy of how that works out. What is the day?
And there is some coordination. It is coordinating with the manufacturer vendor that's going to come in. It's coordinating with the students. I'm fortunate, again, to have that student group because we meet twice a month. The first part of the month is going over kind of the agenda, what the month is going to look like, what is upcoming. And then the second part is something we try and do that is the actionable item. So, we have that coming up, and then they're also going to be part of our district-wide wellness fair. So they were responsible. The first meeting we talked about it. The second meeting they made posters, posted them throughout the district to encourage families to come. So again, it's really meeting with them, creating the agenda, setting the tone, and then letting them make the decisions of like what's that going to look like. And it's a great experience for them too to work with our vendors and manufacturers.
Yeah, so you're developing leaders, not just the nutrition program. You're helping them engage in ways that really elevates their experience and making the cafeteria an extension of their life, their learning. That's awesome.
Agree.
So your position title, you have a title, Student Wellness Coordinator. Tell me a little bit about that, because you are the Nutrition Services Director. Do you have like a supplemental contract, or is that another hat you wear?
I do not have a supplemental contract.
You should.
I should, exactly. I'll share that with our district, our superintendent. Yeah, it's just another plate that I carry, another hat that I wear. So I'm very passionate about it, and it is very rewarding for me personally to get together our PE team and our mental health team and our counselors and just seeing all encompassing of wellness. And, a couple of years ago, ODEW really put it out there that the focus is the whole child.
Yes.
And that's kind of where we took it and ran with it. And that's kind of like the concept for our wellness committee, our wellness team, and kind of the direction that we try and make sure we keep everything.
I love it. And not only it's smarter, working smarter, not harder. So you are looking at the whole child, you're impacting educational opportunities from there, but you're informing your menu choices because you do a lot of try days, taste days. Tell me a little bit about the harvest of the month stuff that you do, like the local meal takeovers, because I know there's a niche group that works with Feed Our Future, right? Tell me a little bit about how you pick a focus like the Harvest of the Month program or local menu items and plan a day with students for like a local menu takeover.
So Feed Our Future and Harvest of the Month is a great way. It's free. It's a great way for districts. You want to start somewhere. This is so simple. You can start there. Everything is free. The resources are on their website every single month. And it's really honed into what is in the state of Ohio. So, herbs is in March, and every month has a different theme and a different product. That is one simple way I would encourage any district to start. Throw that on your menu. Harvest of the Month, and I believe it was September, is apples. There are orchards all over Ohio. So again, just a really easy way to get that on your menus and to start if you're looking for an opportunity, or how do I start with minimal resources. Feed Our Future has been phenomenal. They actually will come out and they call them their totally tasteful events. And we've done so many of them now that, again, the students, our student group will meet with Allie or Bailey, who are two of the people that we work with, and they'll set up a table. And one of our students had the microphone and she was our little MC. And the other student worked with Bailey to have the other kiddos come up and vote on which item they liked, if they liked it, didn't like it. So that's a really good, again, opportunity for those kiddos. On the team, on the FLA.
Oh, yeah. To be little leaders on it. Now, they do like announcements like for the school to like prep them. It's going to be a totally tasty day. And
yes,
I love that you have an MC. What a cool idea.
And we really use that student group whenever we did do the local menu takeover and encourage them like, okay, what can we put together? We really wanted, because we had a hog processed from our fair, and that was kind of the item that we wanted to run with as the main plate. So then it was, well, what kind of grain do we put with that? What do you guys see? And, we want to incorporate our local farm that's 2 miles down the road that has maple syrup, and we want to incorporate this farm that has the apples. So we really met with those students, and they had a voice in what we were going to do for that local menu takeover. And they got to reach out to another local farmer, and he brought a calf for the kids to touch and pet and see what that was like. So we really did try and keep the students involved.
Yeah, and just all the way along. So again, student leadership, keying into not just having them give you their opinion, but be a part of the process. Wow, what an inspiration. And so, I know I say this all the time, we're not competitive restaurants. Your leadership at the local and state level still, and regional really for SNA, we love being collaborative. And so I know so many times you'll be in front of whole groups of folks saying, hey, if anybody has questions, call me. So, I love that you're willing to share this story. And if you're a school that's thinking about engaging with students, reach out to Jen. You have a playbook really in order to really just share. We're not competitive, and I know that you have had successful local menu takeovers, and a lot of schools will say, I don't even know where to start with that. Start with phoning a friend, right? Because
absolutely,
you have done a lot with helping support your colleagues around the state to learn a little bit more when they're inquisitive about that,
and vice versa. I can't encourage other directors enough to. I follow so many other school districts on Facebook. Andrew Benja's at Kenston, and all these districts are doing phenomenal things, and they are untapped. If you're not tapping into other food service directors, you have got a plethora of untapped resources that you're not taking advantage of.
Yeah, I love that. One of the things that I love about that too is one of the common pain points can be, not all the time, but can be managing staff to excite them to want to do all these fun things with students and with foods and with local menus. You have been a part of our mystery chef competition, which I know is just such a fun thing. And again, everybody's a winner, in my opinion. I know like everybody wants the crown, but the recipes that come out of that have been actionable. They're now on the microsite on GFS and Sandridge, and they're inspiring other schools on how to do that. But one of the main reasons we do Mystery Chef, and I know you do this and know this, is we want to inspire people to realize their own untapped potential. And those are the lovely lunch professionals we work with that sometimes feel like the lowest on the totem pole. They don't really get a lot of chances to shine or to really have something that excites them. And one of the things I know, not only about the student engagement stuff, but you have such a great team. You've engaged with them in Mystery Chef, and you can talk a little bit about that. But really, what I want you to share with folks is how you have been able to grow the trust within your team to really level up their menu and be a part of this with you, not just do it because you tell them they have to. You inspire them. And so talk to people. How do you do that? How can you help people do that for themselves?
That's one of the things I'm very passionate about. And when I was first hired, you're correct. They, my team, my leaders in the food service program didn't even have computers. And they were very much come in, prepare the food items, clean up and go home. And there was a lot of, I don't want to say mistrust, but again, they just didn't feel that they were very valued. So on professional development days, it was a cleaning day for them. And they were, just cleaning. There's only so many times you can clean the same spot over and over again. So one of the first things we did was get them training with GFS, get them computers in their offices, let them learn online ordering, let them explain to them how inventory works, and really made them part of the process. And the board reports going to them so that they could see, like, this is how much I spent this month. This is how much we brought in. This was my profit. This is what labor hours look like. So really, again, just showing them the business side of things, and that they weren't just the little ants marching, doing the operational side, and really making them part of it. And what I've learned out throughout the years is they have actually made me grow. And I am very much like you, type A personality. So every problem has a solution, and I want to fix it, and I want to fix it right now. And empowering them and them bringing different solutions to the table, because yes, we may have a problem, but there might be 3 or 4 different solutions. And so I've grown as well, being open to their ideas and what works for them. And it may look different in every building operationally. So really empowering them to make the decision, and they know what's best for their kids. They know what the kids like. So I love nothing more than when I am in the building, seeing them talking to the kiddos in the line. And I have one team member, she's just full of sass, and the students love it. And, the same team member may not at the high school get away with that kind of personality. So they fit. That's the other thing I've learned is working with them to make sure that they best fit in the building and the position that they're in. And that's taken some tweaking over the years, but now we're in a really good place where the teams work really well. Everyone's in a good place, and it's been nice because they can thrive as individuals.
I love that. You care about your people, and it shows. I love the little IA generated team photos that I saw out on the Facebook. You all look like you're having a good time doing the work you do. So not only do you have people being they're seen. They feel like they're being seen. They're being heard. They're being celebrated, and they're having a good time at work. Now that's a novel concept, right? And so, we say if you have a good time, you never work a day in your life, right? You're passionate about the job you do. You enjoy it. That enthusiasm rolls down. And so from you to your head leads in your kitchens to the frontline workers and then into the students, I love that energy that you bring and emulate and really mentor for folks. I dare say, I age myself when I talk about being in school nutrition for over 2 decades, but you've been in it quite a long time. Well, we still look very young and spry and have a lot more energy to go. We are trying to inspire future school nutrition leaders. And so you've done that as your leadership in the School Nutrition Association, but also just by putting it out there, Jen. Like, you are not keeping your program a secret, and you're celebrating it not to pad your ego, but to inspire. And I really appreciate that in you, because as we start into new school years, people need that. They need to understand, that you can do better and you can have a great career in this profession of school nutrition, but you have to show up for it, and you have to be willing to lead that. And at some point, you and I will hang up our little aprons, and we'll look at the next generation that I hope look at all of this as such a win-win, such a positive career, such a value to bring. Public health nutrition is a thing. We aren't just folks that sling food on a tray. We have a role in every school building. It is usually the heart of the school building. The food is the cafeteria is the heart of the kitchen. The kids come there. That's the place they socialize. They nourish themselves so they can learn. You see your babies coming through the lunch lines. I go and see mine eating through the lunch lines. So we live this and breathe this. It truly is who we are. I love that you're here today and willing to share. If you had one bit of advice for school nutrition professionals as you start a school year, what do you think of how do you rev yourself up to get back in that mode after a summer break?
I think, again, just meeting with your team, meeting with the kids, setting a plan for the year, just whatever you can do. I feel like there's so many resources out there, and I don't know that everyone's aware of all the resources. And again, we're not competitive, so leaning on your colleagues. And I see something on Facebook or on a post or a blast from ODW or you guys, and I jot it down, and I have a running list. And when we, can get to that and we get to cross it off the list, it's a success. Present it to my team members. Some of the things we try work, some do not. But just, again, using the resources around you. There are so many out there, and you really hit the nail on the head. You have to promote your own program. And when I was first hired, the business director said, if you do not positively promote your program, then someone's going to find a way to negatively do it. And I've always let that sit in the back of my head and make sure that all the, positive things we are putting out there for all of our community to see.
I love that. If you're not telling your own story, someone else is telling it for you and probably getting it wrong, right?
Right.
All right. So the last question we always ask our attendees here at this podcast is when you were a kid, what did you eat for school lunch?
So when I was a kid, my grandma was my lunch lady.
Oh, how fun.
So kind of come full circle. But I loved the cream turkey over biscuit, and then the peanut butter bars that she would bring home day 2. That was the sweet spot after being in the refrigerator for day 2. Just a nice amount of set time.
Exactly. And those peanut butter bars, boy, those were we were lucky before all of the rules and regulations to have those things. Yeah. That's an oldie but a goodie. Well, Jen, I appreciate you so much for being here today, for your inspiration, not only to me as a colleague and friend, but to, the future. We are, at some point going to pass this torch together after doing it for decades. And I believe the legacy you leave is one that's going to be truly a blessing to many. So thank you for your work and your passion and your showing up always.
Thank you, Maureen. Thanks for having me.